I'm Arman Sarukin. We have a training camp with Khamzat Chimaev. He's getting ready for his title fight. He looks sharp, so excited for him and to see him UFC champion.
Yes! The beast!
Inside Khamzat Chimaev's training camp, things are heating up like never before.
Everyone call me Bullet. I'm the making champion.
I think that Nate is a very tough opponent. He's working.
You know, the thing with Khamzat, you can always survive with it. I'm sorry for this.
After getting called out by none other than Khabib Nurmagomedov about his cardio, Chimaev is now putting in serious work to prove he's ready to go the distance. The fight ahead of him isn't just any fight, it's a title bout against Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319. With so much at stake, Chimaev isn't leaving anything to chance. Cardio has clearly become the main focus of his camp. Everyone remembers how dangerous Chimaev can be in the early rounds. He's explosive, aggressive, and likes to push the pace from the start. But that same energy has brought criticism from big names in MMA, who think he might run out of steam if he doesn't get the early finish. Khabib, one of the most respected voices in the sport, said exactly that. Chimaev can dominate early, but what happens if du Plessis survives the storm?
Еще до чемпионства, еще в главных боях.
Опыт у него колоссальный.
Да, у него опыт большой, надо учитывать. Просто, когда ты готовишься к такому бою, ты должен рассматривать все сценарии. Ты не можешь, я зайду и отключу. Ты должен смотреть, а если вот так пойдет, а если вот так пойдет, а если вот сюда зайдем. Ты должен все сценарии смотреть.
Khabib pointed out that Chimaev hasn't been tested in championship rounds before. According to him, if Chimaev doesn't pace himself, things can go wrong quickly in rounds 3, 4, and 5. While Khabib gave Chimaev the edge in striking, especially in pure boxing, he also reminded fans that du Plessis is extremely tough and doesn't fade. Even if Dricus isn't the cleanest striker, his pressure and ability to keep going can become a big problem later in the fight.
Хорошо, вот что плохо у du Plessis, такой точный, но он очень много выкидывает. Он постоянно выкидывает руки, ноги, постоянно он в атаке, если вы смотрели. Даже Стрикландом. Я в этом бою конкретно ошибся. Я думал, что Стрикланд своим давлением все он должен взять. Но он его перебил. Перебил как своим. Он очень много накидывает, он не стоит. Бывают такие бойцы, вот они заходят, он так думает, кидает, смотрит. А бывают такие, не так сильно у них техника, но он очень много накидывает. Я думаю, что мое личное мнение, я бы Хамзату посоветовал бы, чтобы он в стойке дрался с ним. Вот чисто по боксу пустых, Khamzat лучше.
Another MMA veteran, Chael Sonnen, also had some interesting thoughts. He sees Chimaev as the favorite, but thinks this matchup is a lot closer than people believe. According to him, Chimaev might not be able to take du Plessis down easily, or even keep him on the ground if he does. For Sonnen, the first round will tell a lot. If Chimaev scores a takedown early, it might be the beginning of the end for du Plessis. But if Dricus can defend well and stay on his feet in round 1, he could start taking over the fight as time goes on.
How is he going to beat him? Because I am not fully confident that Chimaev can take him down at will. I'm not fully confident he can keep him there. We're going to know in the very first round. If Dricus gets taken down in the first round, things are going to unravel very quickly. But if he can defend a takedown for the entire first 5 minutes, it's only going to get easier to stay on your feet after that. It's an exciting match. I would expect Chimaev to be the favorite, and he is.
Rainier de Ridder, who has trained with both Chimaev and du Plessis, also leaned slightly toward Dricus. He admitted that Chimaev is a dangerous fighter, especially early on, but doesn't believe Khamzat can get the finish quickly. For de Ridder, the longer the fight goes, the more it plays into du Plessis' hand. His prediction was simple: Dricus builds momentum as the rounds go on, and if the fight gets to the later rounds, he sees Dricus edging it out. Still, de Ridder also admitted he's hoping the fight doesn't happen at all, because he wants a shot at du Plessis himself if the South African champion somehow ends up without an opponent.
I'm still hoping Khamzat pulls out last minute. It's 2 weeks after my fight, so maybe we can still get lucky. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still leaning towards Dricus because of the experience I have with training with both the guys. I just don't see Khamzat finishing him early, and I see Dricus building in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. I see him edging it out, but we'll see. Hopefully it never happens and I can jump in.
Do you reckon Dricus could hang in there with Khamzat on the ground if it does hit the ground early?
I do think so, yeah.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, another rising fighter, gave the most confident and maybe boldest prediction yet. When asked about the matchup, he basically said Dricus doesn't stand a chance and that the fight would be over in seconds. He made it sound like Chimaev is simply on another level and that du Plessis is walking into a bad situation. According to Shara, people will be remembering Dricus' name in silence, almost like a farewell. As I said before, Dricus is in very good, strong hands in this fight. We'll make sure to remember his name with 2 seconds of silence afterwards.
Как я уже говорил ранее, в этом поединке Дрикус в надежных руках, и мы его почтим память о нем 2 секундами молчания.
As I said before, Dricus is in very good, strong hands in this fight, and we will make sure to remember his name with 2 seconds of silence afterwards.
Удачи тебе в субботу.
Not everyone agrees that this fight will be so one-sided though. Former UFC middleweight champion Robert Whittaker gave a more neutral breakdown. He called it a tricky matchup and said it's not as easy to pick as some people think. He believes Chimaev will definitely get Dricus to the ground at some point, but finishing him there is another story. For Whittaker, if du Plessis can survive that early takedown and make it out of round 1, the fight could swing in his favor. He also noted that every time Chimaev's fights have gone the distance, things looked much closer than expected. That's something that can't be ignored.
It's tricky. I think the favorite would have to be Dricus, just because, I think the favorite would have to be Dricus. The only things I can really say with any sort of certainty is that Chimaev will get Dricus to the mat. But if Chimaev doesn't finish Dricus there, I find it hard for him to win. I think the longer the fight goes, Dricus is more favorable. Chimaev has outstanding first round finishes, but every fight that's gone the distance has been close.
Luke Rockhold, who trained with both men, also gave a lot of insight. He praised Chimaev for his intensity and raw power. Rockhold described him as a beast who brings non-stop pressure, but at the same time, he made it clear that this kind of pressure can't be maintained for 5 rounds straight. He's seen what du Plessis brings to the table too, and he thinks Dricus won't go away easily. According to Rockhold, du Plessis is awkward but super tough and very confident. He mixes things up well, and even if it doesn't always look sharp, it works for him.
Khamzat, you know what he's going to do. He's a beast. He's a wrestler. He's a grappler. He's going to get relentless pressure. He's going to start fast and hard. And can Dricus take that? Can he take that first round, that first 2 rounds? I mean, that's what life is about for his fight, his opponents. Can they withstand the barrage? Because he's going to bring it.
Do you reckon Khamzat will be able to handle DDP later on in the fight if he can survive?
I don't like those opportunities for him. I've trained with DDP a lot. He's tough. He ain't going to go away.
Rockhold said something that many others have echoed. Chimaev is incredible early on, but he needs to either dominate start to finish or get a quick finish, because the longer the fight goes, the tougher it gets for him. He doesn't believe Khamzat can keep that same level of aggression deep into rounds 4 and 5. Meanwhile, Dricus is the kind of guy who grows stronger as the fight continues.
You gotta dominate him. You gotta finish him. I mean, you gotta dominate him from start to finish, or you gotta finish him early. I mean, and I just don't see how Khamzat's going to keep that pressure. That his intensity you can only keep that for so long. That's not 5-round material. DDP is tough. He's tough as people don't give him a lot of credit. He's just awkwardly. He's got weird timing and rhythm, and he's good. I mean, he mixes it up. He's very confident. And that's what everything's about. So he's got good grappling, decent wrestling, and some striking, but it works.
This idea has become the central theme around the fight. It's a battle between early power and late endurance. Chimaev starts like a firecracker, but the real question is, what if his opponent doesn't fold under pressure?
We're about to find out.
Yeah, that's the question, right? Because if he can't survive...
Yeah, it's all different when you're in the cage. People don't get it. It's like, it's like, I expected Khamzat to dominate Usman, but he bet on that. He let him come back.
What makes this fight even more exciting is that both men are proven finishers. Chimaev's record is filled with quick and brutal stoppages. Du Plessis, on the other hand, is known for dragging opponents into deep waters and then drowning them. He has a kind of toughness that can't be taught. Add to that the fact that this is his first fight back on US soil in more than 2 years, and there's even more motivation on his side.
Good. Nice. No. Go. Good. Go. Good.
Chimaev hasn't fought in the States since 2022, but that doesn't seem to be bothering him. What's clear though is that he has heard all the talk about his cardio and is now working harder than ever to prove everyone wrong. The training footage shows him pushing through long runs, high-intensity grappling rounds, and more strength and conditioning than ever before.
Okay. Ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, time! 24. Take the one can and put it inside.
With UFC 319 getting closer, this title fight might be one of the most anticipated matchups in recent memory. Everyone seems to have an opinion, and all of them are slightly different. Some believe Chimaev will bulldoze through Du Plessis in the first few minutes. Others think the South African champion will absorb the early damage and then take over when Chimaev starts to fade.
Let me tell you, that man is on a roll, bro. When he says you're gonna be surprised, I believe you're gonna be surprised.
What do you think of sort of the narratives of people maybe overlooking Dricus a little bit in this fight just because of what Chimaev's done?
Yeah, to that I would say be careful what you think, in the sense of, Dricus has not lost in the UFC once, right? He's not lost once. Every single time he's been the underdog. You know how much money people have made on Dricus du Plessis. So, if people want to be stupid and put their money on a Chechnyan whore, then do it. I'm gonna laugh at you afterwards.
What makes this fight special is how unpredictable it feels. Usually there's a clear favorite. Here, every expert seems to have a different angle. Some think experience will win it. Others believe raw power and aggression will be enough.
People are gonna see how vicious Chimaev truly is. I respect the guy. He's a monster. Du Plessis, the champ, I think he's in him for a rude awakening because he's gonna realize that his wrestling is not as good as Chimaev's truly is. And it was heartbreaking for me in that middleweight division because when Bo Nichols got picked apart his last fight, I was like, man, why didn't you wrestle? You're one of the best guys in the world in wrestling. Use your wrestling. And that's what all the Russians do. They use their wrestling to set up punches. They use their punches to set up the wrestling, and then they take people down and they choke them because they're really good at it.
But one thing is for sure, Chimaev has taken the criticism seriously. With fighters like Khabib pointing out his weaknesses, he didn't hide or get defensive. He listened and went back to work. That mindset alone shows how serious he is about becoming champion.
I'm Arman Sarukian. We have a training camp with Khamzat Chimaev. He's getting ready for his title fight. He looks sharp, so excited for him and to see him UFC champion. So far, his camp going well. He's healthy. He has a lot of energy, and I'm just here to help him. Whatever they need. If they need the wrestling, I'll wrestle. If they need the striking, I'll strike. So I'm here to help, and I want him to be a UFC champ.
Fans will soon get their answers when the cage door closes at UFC 319. Whether it's Chimaev's early firepower or Duplessis' late game grind that wins the night, one thing is guaranteed: it's going to be a war. And now with Chimaev pushing harder than ever on his cardio, the margin for error has never been smaller. All eyes will be on how this fight starts, but even more on how it ends. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with your fight fan crew. Let's keep the hype going. And if you want more exclusive takes, fan polls, and fighter interviews, drop a comment below and join the Ring Radar community. We want to hear your fight predictions.